Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, taking a little knitting break. Well, it's not really a break. I'm working on knitting today. This giant ball, this is all that's left. It's starting to look pretty wrecked, which is fine. But it is getting a little bit tangly as we come out. But boy, I like this yarn. I'm gonna have to get more. Got a couple more things I'd like to make. Anyway, see if I can get myself organized enough to knit and chat. Glad you're here today. Alright, so just a little crochet break. I've been crocheting up a storm with my thin yarns. Today felt like a good day to pull out the needles, put a couple rows in. This is a long process, mostly because I haven't just sat down and started knitting. I have a couple times, but I find it a little tricky. And I just love crocheting so much. Knitting's cool, crochet's cooler, in my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion, sorry. And we're just going to get into the flow of our knit. So to get this type of stitch, which I believe they call a gardener stitch, do a row of knit and then a row of purl. I have done a knit, purl. Those are pretty tricky. I always end up mixing them up on the way back. The other row, other way. So then my lines have ended up wonky a few times. I've struggled with that. I need a little more practice to get better at it. I am sure I could do it. I don't like how my finger is like taking over the whole screen. You're here for the yarn and the yarn accessories, right? Right. So, hot weather. There's a little bit less blankets being made now, I'm assuming. Me, I've been grabbing out my cotton. I haven't been doing much amigurumi. I'm just debating about starting something, possibly. I may decide just to do a couple little guys just to tuck away for now. They usually don't take me very much more than a couple hours, like 3 to 4. If I'm like doing 1,000 other things, which I usually am. Gonna do some house cleaning in a little bit, as per usual. You know, throwing in a little bit every day. Try to maintain the status quo. I think I might paint my nails. I pulled out all my jewelry boxes of all my favorite jewelries, because I can actually wear jewelry to work. I can wear a bracelet, earrings, and I've got quite a bit just sitting there waiting for the time for me to be ready. And you know what? I can do it now. My last few jobs, I couldn't paint my nails because we were dealing with food, and you don't want nails because they can chip, and the nail polish ends up in people's food, and that's just really gross. I know I wouldn't want to find somebody's nail polish in my food, but yeah, so that's super exciting. There we go. Doing a beautiful knit. Keeping our tension the same. It is a little bit tight. But this yarn is worth it. So worth it. It ends up so pretty. There we go. Getting into the groove. This one's a weird one because I don't have to count the whole time. I think I'm going to start looking for those little nubs you can put on the end, so maybe I can take it places. I don't really want it ripping through the bag, kind of. And that's kind of where we're at with the brown bag that it's in. That bag already had a hole, so I kind of knew that that was a possibility. I'm not surprised. I'm not horrified. I knew it would happen, so not a big deal. I also need to start putting together that slip cover for those little chairs. I'm just a little intimidated by the size and the shape because it starts off at 4 and then we're going to go down to a 3, and I have to do some mocking up. And I'm getting close to the end of the tapestry, so I think I'm going to clear out a couple things before I starting anything else, because I have so many. I've got a Garfield, but to be fair, I need more black, so I need to buy some black. I was looking on Mary Maxim, and they're carrying Big Twist, and it's like 1,000 meters in it, and it's like a super big twist, and I really liked the look of the black, so I may have to order me a couple. I have a beautiful yellow I got from Hobie in a mega ball, and I'm thinking with like 2 black, maybe I'll make a black and yellow sweater. Something I can pull over because, you know, I gotta commute and stuff. I'll probably end up wearing my gray duster a lot because I love that thing and it's so comfortable. You know, going home, wearing my duster, knowing that I'm going home will make it even more, because, like, I've had a few comments that it looks like a bathrobe. I'm totally fine with that. I like it, so made it the colors I like in a style that I love, so I'm not going to complain about that. And I have something that I'm thinking about doing. Ages ago, I found this gorgeous dress, crochet dress, of course, and I started it, but I was a little bit bigger, and I didn't have enough yarn, and just everything was against the whole thing. I got a good chunk in, and I took it apart, because I only had 1 ball of yarn, and I actually needed like at least 2 900 meters just to possibly make the 2 sides big enough. But I have grown-up money now because of my new job, yay, and so I'm thinking I'm going to buy something to complement that. Maybe a nice black to go with it. I'm looking at what did I call it? Pansy colors. Hold on, let me grab it. I have it beside me because I'm kind of halfway looking at stuff for it. Just so you're knowing what color I'm talking about. I have 2 of these, and there's well over 900 meters. It is a silky cotton. This is a very, very silky one. So I can't mix it with my Hobies because it is a bit silkier. Sorry about the crinkle if that bothers you. I have everything in plastic bags right now. I'm really fighting these carpet beetles. I keep finding them in my bed. So yesterday I had to tear out a whole bunch of, like around my bed, behind it, under it, with my new vacuum, with its long, beautiful hose with attachments. I can finally get behind my bed without having to move the actual bed, because my bed is actually, okay, I'm saying actually a lot. My bed is on the floor, sitting on a couple box springs, but the box springs, I'm pretty sure, have a colony of carpet beetles living in it. I don't think they're in, I haven't seen any signs of them in my yarn. I haven't seen any larvae, any droppings, anything. But over here on my bed, they're crawling on me while I'm trying to rest. I'm like sitting on my bed and there's one on my arm. There's another one a few minutes later. And I'm not very excited about bugs climbing on me while I'm trying to rest. I'm always worried they're going to go in my ear because I've heard enough stories about that, and that just freaks me right out. The idea of a bug chilling out in my ear canal is not something I would like to have happen. All right, that was our whole row of knit. Not bad, not bad. Okay, beautiful, beautiful work. I really like how my stitches are staying pretty darn uniform. I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me as being too much, like a loose stitch or anything. Now we're going to do a proper knit, or sorry, purl. We're doing purls. Purls have always been a bit of a issue for me. I don't know, I just don't like doing a purl. Never have. I will do it. I can do it. It's just I don't really like to do it, which is so weird because it's the same motion, just flipped on the front of the knitting needle instead of the behind. And we go through the top, not the bottom. So when you knit, you come up and you go behind your hook, your needle, hook, too much crochet on my brain. Anyways, I just find it slightly uncomfortable to do, and it really shouldn't be. It's just always been a little more awkward for me. Not 100% sure why. I have a feeling I'm not the only person that feels it's a little bit like less flowy when I'm on this particular, when I'm doing a purl row. I find it to be a little bit slower and a little less fluid with my movements, so I don't know, it's definitely got to be me. And I have a feeling I am not the only one. My goodness. Getting that all taken care of. I might have to get myself a few of these. I have a feeling that a cute little hexie cardigan in this ice cream would be just phenomenally adorable. And I'm thinking of my youngest. She really doesn't have very much crocheted by me or knitted by me, so she really could use a nice sweater made by her mom. So just through and over. Now see, a little bit awkward. I was doing just fine. And now my knitting needle is getting caught up in a blanket beside me because of course I'm having a comfortable day because it's my last day off for 4 days. I have a 4-day run this week. So I'll be tired by the end. I get 3 whole days off together, so that is the trade-off. And I'm really excited about that, being that I'm trying to get used to working and all that good stuff. I'm doing pretty good with it, I think. The house is staying somewhat together, somewhat. But extra money to help pay for shoes and clothing and, you know, treats and things we need to upgrade or replace because they're so far gone. Freezer. That's one of my next one, is I want an upright freezer. Everything I've seen for a decent price has been rusting, needs new Freon, it needs this and that. So I'm just going to have to go and get something brand new because it looks like a lot of what people are selling right now in my area is actually stuff they should probably just take to the dump. They're just hoping that someone else will just take it off their hands, and I've heard that quite a bit lately. Very disappointing. I don't mind buying secondhand, but I don't want to buy someone else's, like, garbage. Like my vacuum, my husband's like, oh, we could sell it for $20 or something, and I keep telling him, no, I don't agree with that. It is really not a very good vacuum. It overheats. I do one room and it overheats. And our carpets aren't even like thick carpet. We have low pile, like almost Berber type carpet where it's like meant for a lot of traffic and footwear. Like you would see this in an office building. Not necessarily a comfortable home. It's cheap. It's not very nice carpet. And the Dyson would not keep up with it. It would overheat. I couldn't do my stairs. The hose had no suction. Like, it was vacuuming, but not vacuuming. My carpet actually looks thicker. It pulled up the underlay underneath. This new vacuum has pulled it to a fluffier, it feels fluffier. It looks bigger. It's not sloping into corners like it was. Like, it's already looking a lot better, and I just don't feel the need to pass my headache off to somebody else. So more than likely, it's just going to end up at the recycling with my older steam cleaner that started disintegrating. Like, pieces just broke off of it. And that, again, was something we bought secondhand, and somebody charged us over $200 for something that after the first time I used it, pieces of it started coming off. Like, I'm talking about not even pieces that I would use, but the piece for wrapping the hose around, or sorry, not the hose, the electrical cord broke off the first time I tried to put it away. Just broke right in my hand. I wasn't squeezing it. I wasn't doing anything. I was just wrapping the cord around like you're supposed to be able to, where I got it from, right? And no, it completely broke off, and I just kept going. So I'm just really sad that, yeah, people are donating nothing but garbage. Like, I know times are tough, but you don't, and if you're going to use stuff to the very end, then please dispose of it. Don't hand it off to somebody else. Just because they have less money or whatever, or looking for a deal, doesn't mean they want your garbage. Just silly. Anyway, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I will see you again very soon. Bye.